By show of hands, how many partners do we have in the room? Now keep your hand up if you're also a customer of AWS. Wow, you can put your hands down. I'll explain why I asked that question in a minute. But the number one thing that we hear from partners is that they want to have access to more customers. And they want AWS to help them access more customers. This leads to one big question that every partner wants to figure out with AWS. How do I enable the AWS field teams to position my solution? And where is the magic switch at AWS that will help turn opportunities my way? But I'll let you in a secret. There's no magic switch. The key to scaling your business is by leveraging the tools AWS is building for partners. With Marketplace and Partner Central, it is a force multiplier to help collaborate with the AWS field teams. My name is Rachel Radoszewski, and joining me today, I have Chavi Bazin. We're both from the AWS Marketplace. We also have customer and partners. So we have Mike Viola from NASDAQ and Vikram Kanodia from Cohesity. And the reason why I asked earlier about who's partners and who's customers is both NASDAQ and Cohesity are customers and partners of AWS. And I got to thinking, how common is this with AWS? At AWS, we always work back from the customer. So customers and partners are really important to us. Even if a partner is not a customer today, they may be one in the near future. We want our partners to be successful. Today, we're going to talk about the benefits of AWS Marketplace. We're going to talk through how ISVs and channel partners work together. We're going to be joined with Cohesity and NASDAQ for the customer and partner discussion. They're going to talk through some of the benefits that they have at AWS Marketplace. And then Chavi is going to join us to talk through the features of AWS Marketplace. Partners are all facing similar challenges. Whether it be staffing and retention, companies want to know how do they maintain continuity in an ever-evolving job market. There's security concerns and risks. Partners want to reach more customers and reduce redundant processes. Customers want to procure software that they can trust. And with tightening budgets, every company needs to do more with less resources and less money. There's infrastructure complexity. As customers are moving to the cloud, they have a common challenge of they need to manage environments both in the cloud and on premises. And how do they do that? How do they find the software that they need? How can AWS help? In May of 2022, AWS consulted with Forrester Consulting, commissioned a study. We wanted to understand what is the trend in the emergence of online marketplaces. And what we found is that today's top business priorities require organizations to be responsive to customer needs. They need to be agile to change and resilient in the face of risk. To do this, organizations need to access the right software and data at the right time. Overwhelmingly, 85% of procurement decision makers are turning to online marketplaces to improve business agility and speed the procurement process for cloud software and data. The respondents here show that 48% found online marketplaces made it easier to implement the right level of governance and control. 45% saw more trusted data through online marketplaces. 43% noted better vendor quality. And also about 40% experienced faster procurement. This means shorter sales cycles for partners. And nearly 70% of survey respondents noted that their organization does not have enough staffing with their risk compliance functions. And 76% said that organizations lack the subject matter knowledge to effectively manage risk. So how does AWS Marketplace help with this? At AWS, as I mentioned before, everything starts with the customer needs, and we work back from that. It's how we decide what to build, where to invest, and how to innovate. We hear from our customers regularly that they want help with finding products. AWS Marketplace offers a broad selection of products from vendors you can trust, giving your organization access to IT infrastructure software like security and DevOps tools, business applications, data sets, and solutions addressing industry use cases. Customers who purchase on AWS Marketplace benefit from features that make procurement fast and cost-effective. We enable customers to accelerate modernization with new approaches to their software supply chain. Customers need to enhance governance and control, and they're managing a growing cloud infrastructure and need to minimize their risk exposure as they adopt new third-party tools. We were the first marketplace to launch features that ensure end users purchase from pre-approved vendors. And we've launched features that help administrators consolidate license tracking and management in one place. We talked a bit about why customers are seeing values with AWS Marketplace, but let's also address the value and benefit of Marketplace to partners, ISV, and channel. AWS Marketplace is the preferred vehicle for B2B software transactions. What does that mean for partners? It means that it's the default mechanism for co-selling with AWS. So we talked a little bit about how do we scale partners' business. How do we use the AWS field to help align partners to reach more customers? AWS Marketplace is the key to making that happen. We align benefits with customers and with the field teams. We help customers find products within Marketplace. We give them confidence that the products that are available in Marketplace are secure and can be easily deployed and the right solution for them. We continue to make investments and provide you with additional levers that you can pull to deliver both revenue growth through joint business success and through scale. AWS is to scale at the pace it does by implementing tools, programs, and platforms that help you expand your global reach, increase business performance and profitability, and to do this the most simple, efficient manner that delivers the best partner experience possible. Here's some more of the AWS Marketplace value for partners. Deal acceleration. We want to help streamline the procurement process for customers. So customers that have purchased through AWS Marketplace, it's easier for them to purchase new products from the AWS Marketplace. So one of the first questions your sales team should ask customers when they're engaging with an opportunity with AWS is, has your customer procured through Marketplace before? That will help align your field teams with the AWS field teams. And it also helps align for deal acceleration. Aligns for scale. When your company adopts Marketplace and puts the operations in place, it becomes a repeatable process. At AWS, we're always looking at how do we help scale? How do we help do more with less? How do we help our partners scale their business as well? Finally, grow your business. ISVs that develop a co-sell motion with AWS have seen increases in breadth and depth of customer engagement. Our data provides insights to target the right customer and allows customer flexible payment options with our flexible payment scheduler. So on this slide, we're talking a bit about co-selling with AWS. So with co-selling with AWS, AWS is not a demand gen. It is not a source of new opportunities. At AWS, we're always working backwards from the customer problem. So our field teams are trained to first understand what is the customer problem and how can AWS help. And when partners are approaching the solution with a customer the same way, we're aligned in co-selling efforts. So at AWS, we find that co-selling with partners is the best strategy for helping customers find the best solution. AWS has hundreds of services and thousands of partners. So how does a typical AWS field sales rep position services and solutions? The easy answer is, they don't. They work backwards from the customer problem. The AWS field team is trained to listen to the customer and understand the problem that needs to be solved. We ask partners to do the same thing. Listen to customers in how can your solution best address the needs? How can you help educate the AWS field teams so that they understand how to work closely with your customer? We find that partners see the most success when you've already identified a customer and you reach out to our field teams to figure out how we can give the confidence to the customer that deploying it on AWS is going to be a best solution for the problem they're trying to solve. On this slide, we're going to talk a little bit about the AWS Marketplace value for ISVs. So in 2022, AWS commissioned a study with Forrester to understand what benefits ISVs are seeing from the marketplace. And what we found is that 81% reported that their ROI was achieved in a year. They had 80% richer deal sizes, 27% higher win rates, and 40% faster sales cycles. As a result of this, what we're seeing in AWS Marketplace is SaaS sales nearly doubled in 2022. And sellers sold billions of dollars of SaaS products in AWS and Marketplace in 2022. We're hearing overwhelmingly from our customers that online marketplaces is a trend that they're going to continue in the future. So we're making investments in AWS Marketplace to help our partners reach more customers. There's a variety of reasons for customers choosing Marketplace. It includes access to there's a variety of reasons that partners are choosing to transact through Marketplace. One is that that's where their customers are going, but it's also access to existing funding mechanisms and helping align with the AWS field team's compensation. The ability to co-sell with AWS and our partners and to expand reach and access, in addition to simplifying the contracting and procurement process. Sharing here some feedback that we received from channel partners. So a lot of what I shared on the previous slide was from ISV partners, but we've also heard feedback from channel partners as well. AWS Marketplace works with ISV and channel partners to help deliver software. Many of our ISV partners have long-standing relationships with their channel, and AWS Marketplace supports that through channel private offers. In 2022, we saw over 2,000 channel partners have signed up to transact on the AWS Marketplace. So this is a bit about AWS Marketplace by the numbers. This is just to show that, we're seeing tremendous growth, especially in the last few years, and we want to help enable our partners to reach more customers and align with our field teams. Partners are reporting an 75% reduction in onboarding, 66% time savings due to procurement efficiencies, and 10% drop in licensing costs. All the benefits discussed culminate on the numbers above. There are more than 330,000 customers worldwide who are using AWS Marketplace to find, subscribe, and deploy software from more than 4,000 ISV sellers and 2,000 channel partners around the world. With a catalog of over 15,000 product listings, our customers have over 2.5 million active subscriptions with AWS Marketplace. There's a lot of numbers, but the proof is in the numbers. Customers find value in procuring software through AWS Marketplace. We're now going to pass it off to the customer and partner portion of the discussion. I'd like to introduce Mike Viola from NASDAQ and Vikram Kanodia from Cohesity. Thank you, Vikram. Mike?
Thank you, Rachel. Give it up for Rachel. Hi, everybody. My name is Vikram Kanodia. I work for Cohesity. Cohesity is a leader in AI-powered data security and data management solution. We help customers protect, secure, and get insights from their workloads across the edge, on-prem, and the cloud. And we also protect our customers' data from cybersecurity attacks. I'm joined on stage by a Cohesity customer, Mike Viola from NASDAQ. Mike, do you want to introduce yourself?
Thanks, Vikram. Yes, hi. I'm part of the NASDAQ Enterprise Architecture Group. I've been at NASDAQ for a few decades and very much involved with the strategic relationship we have with a lot of our vendors, our partners. In addition to that, I have some work at our headquarters. I don't know if anyone's ever been to our Times Square studio, but we have a lot of content there, event space, and there's a lot going on there. And sometimes our strategic partnerships really enjoy coming. And then last but not least, I run the NASDAQ House Band. Yes, that is a band, and it's all NASDAQ employees. Last year, we played at reInvent in the FSI Welcome Party, and that was a lot of fun. And it's also a lot of fun to bring our partners together when we do things like that.
Thank you. And what Mike didn't mention is he's a drummer in the brand.
Yeah.
So maybe we can start off with Mike do you mind sharing with the audience on why you selected Cohesity?
Sure. So we really needed a modern backup and data management solution for our employees and the company. The last thing you want in your corporate systems is mail to have any sort of a problem. It could shut you down. So we looked very hard at the options that we had. We evaluated Cohesity, and they did a great job. We needed the data resilience. We needed the ransomware protection that they offered. And we also were able to convince our tech teams that it was a really cool product. So it was a very modern way for us to manage our data. So it worked out really well and still working out well.
Well, I'm glad you're a satisfied Cohesity customer. You purchased Cohesity from the AWS Marketplace, is that right?
That's right.
How easy was that transaction for NASDAQ?
Well, it was not always easy to do that. There's a lot of corporate software that gets in the way, and sometimes you're a little bit isolated. But using the Marketplace account team and the buttons, I have a finance person out there somewhere that agreed that there's a button you push and it works. Okay. And it's a very simple process and worked out well.
Wonderful. And what were some of the benefits that NASDAQ saw from purchasing Cohesity through the AWS Marketplace versus other traditional routes to market?
Well, the reporting, the analysis, the awareness that we have of what is coming and how that process works, and having an additional team verify that it worked was very good for us. That helped.
Wonderful. And what were some of the key learnings you had that you would like to share with some of the other partners in the audience?
And the values too. I'm going to get to some of the values. So the awareness that we have, one of the things that I do is I manage a lot of the relationships with some of the vendors we work with. Having the AWS Marketplace team telling me what's going on in that world, it's just an extension of our network. So you learn more about your company through the eyes of others. There's also a financial benefit that we gain through our contract. We have our commit obligation, and this funnels right into that and helps us reach our commit. And there's a strategic benefit that I enjoy very much, and actually the band benefits from it too, because AWS Marketplace and NASDAQ have teamed up building networking events, and we get to meet a lot of vendors, new and existing, that we really enjoy partnering with, and it creates a great experience for everybody. And as far as the learnings, it's important when using the Marketplace that you take advantage of the Marketplace account team. I meet monthly with them, and we talk about all the things that are coming up and things that I didn't know were coming up, and maybe they didn't know what were coming up. So it's a good way to get the awareness within your teams. Also, it's also important to let your vendors and your partners know ahead of time that this particular transaction is going through the Marketplace, right? Because you have a relationship with your vendors, and that's important to you regardless of which side of the transaction you're on. And if all of a sudden a week before you execute an order, oh, it's going through Marketplace, that may not be the best way for them to know about that. So I just recommend do that early, and then everybody's on the same page.
That's wonderful. And then the other learning is make sure you're in a band so you can tie it with the AWS Marketplace.
That's always good.
So it's the ease of this transacting through the Marketplace that's caused Cohesity to increase our Marketplace business over 2x in the last year. And next year, we think we'll grow our revenue even more through the Marketplace. One last question, Mike. Does NASDAQ plan to do more transactions through the AWS Marketplace?
Absolutely, yes. And we're going to meet with our team again next month.
Wonderful. I would like to now invite Chavi and Rachel to talk more about Marketplace benefits for partners and for customers. Chavi?
Thank you, Mike and Vikram, NASDAQ, and Cohesity for sharing your experiences with AWS Marketplace. We all also just heard Rachel talk about the many benefits that Marketplace has to offer for our customers and for our partners. I'll go through some of the benefits from the perspective of features that we offer with Marketplace. Benefits for our customers. Choice. Our customers want choice. They want to avail of the benefits of Marketplace, but they also want to hold on to the relationships that they have built over the years with channel partners, solution providers, distributors. We give them that choice. We give them that choice through channel partner private offers, solution provider private offers, distributed seller of record programs. Our customers look for a broad selection of products and solutions. They previously looked to Marketplace for their infrastructure procurement needs, security, storage, DevOps tools. They're now also looking to Marketplace for business applications, machine learning models, data sets, and industry-specific solutions. Through our vast catalog of over 15,000 listings, we provide them this broad selection of products and solutions from our partners that our customers can trust. Trust. Security is number one priority for us at AWS, as well as with Marketplace. We evaluate every single product before it gets listed on Marketplace, and we continuously scan our catalog for vulnerabilities. Streamline risk assessments. Now, once our customers have found what they're looking for and are ready to make a procurement, we streamline risk assessments for them. Risk assessment is an important aspect of any procurement journey, and we streamline it for them through a feature that we call Vendor Insights. With Vendor Insights, our customers can search and filter for products that not just satisfy their build and business needs, but also satisfy the security and compliance criteria for their organization. Through Vendor Insights, we make evidence collection and validation a breeze. Customers easily save 8 to 10 weeks in their procurement and risk assessment cycle using Vendor Insights. Customers also do not need to rely on manual checks on an annual basis anymore. They simply need to sign up for alerts, and they will be notified when any product that they procure through Marketplace changes their security or compliance posture. Simplified procurement. We have the feature called Standardized Marketplace Contracts. We built this feature with a lot of help from our community of partners and customers. Using standardized contracts, our customers no longer need to pull in their legal teams for every single transaction, for every single product and partner. They can use this one single template for contracting across a plethora of partners if they come through Marketplace. Over half the products in our Marketplace catalog are already leveraging standardized contracts for their public-facing EULA. Centralized governance. We continue to invest in centralized governance for our customers. Vendor Insights is a perfect example. Private marketplaces. Customers can set up a private marketplace for their organization where they only include products in the catalog that are pre-approved by their procurement teams. This way, builders and business people within the organization are only procuring and deploying pre-approved software. This greatly reduces chances of shadow IT. Then we have license management. Using license management capabilities, our customers can distribute licenses for software that they have procured through Marketplace. They can make sure to distribute these licenses only to approved users within the organization. We also have CloudTrail integration. And now we are bringing all of this together with a launch that we just recently announced, the single pane of glass dashboard for our buyers. Using the single pane of glass, organizations within the buyer company can view their usage, their costs, their subscription activity across the organization, all through one single dashboard. For this and many other reasons, customers are continuously looking to Marketplace for their procurement needs. And this value for our customers, in turn, becomes value for our partners. Customers discover partners and their solutions through Marketplace, through people, and through the product. They leverage Marketplace to build relationships with these partners and start the procurement journey with them. And discovery is an important part of that journey. We are continuously looking to make more and more investments in improving discovery for our customers. We're investing in search engine optimization, so partner solutions within Marketplace and the product details page become more visible through search engine results. We are investing in in-context discovery and transactions through AWS Service Consoles. So partner solutions can be found and transacted by the highest intent buyers. We think this will greatly increase the chances of conversion. We are also looking for meaningful ways for our customers to be able to evaluate and explore products in Marketplace. SaaS free trials is one example. And in line with this intent, we would like to continue to invest in ways where our customers can reach our partners and request for demos, request for private offers. We think this will create a lot of strong leads for our partners. APIs and integration. With APIs and integration, we want our ISVs, our channel partners, distributors, and strategic partners to be able to build websites to sell our Marketplace products, not only on the Marketplace surface, but on other surfaces, but using our technology. This way, ISVs are assured that they are still conducting business with AWS and leveraging the same benefits that they would otherwise get from Marketplace. This also greatly increases reach for our partners. And what this does for Marketplace is it changes Marketplace from a single venue website to a multi-venue website. We want our ISVs to be able to sell their solutions on their websites using our technology, so they are in complete control of conversion. We want our channel partners, distributors that specialize in specific industries to be able to build their own marketplaces using our technology such that they can tailor products specific to those industry needs. We will continue to make more investments in APIs beyond just discovery into transactions, so we have more and more websites beyond just the AWS Marketplace website. Partner experience transformation. Through partner experience transformation, we are making several enhancements to our partner experiences. One of the key things that we are also doing with this is we are bringing Partner Central and Marketplace experiences closer together so our partners can find all of their business information in one place. And we're doing this with the right amount of data access permissions and policies. New and existing partners and Marketplace sellers can connect their Partner Central and Marketplace accounts and associated users. Partners can start building, publishing their offering, and continue to create a Marketplace listing, all within the Partner Central experience. So there's one unified listing for their co-sell and their Marketplace transactions. For our partners who leverage ACE for co-sell and Marketplace for transactions, we've implemented what we call the Marketplace Engagement Score. Partners can leverage this score to see the likelihood that a customer will convert, will procure solutions through Marketplace. And partners can use this to focus their efforts on those customers that have a high likelihood of conversion. We are also integrating private offers with ACE opportunities to help with program benefits like ISV Accelerate, and salespeople get automatically compensated with this integration. These are just the key themes that I'm calling out, but we have several other launches that we have had over the past few months. We've expanded vendor insights to include many more compliances, like FedRAMP and PCI. We now enable partners to configure and get disbursed on a daily basis if required. We have expanded flexible payment schedules, so partners can extend private offers to customers who are not just on invoicing terms. Customers could be using any supported AWS payment instruments. And then we have the agreements and renewals dashboard. Our partners can look up those dashboards, see which subscriptions are coming to an expiration, and start planning for their renewals. It's been an exciting journey for us since the time that we launched Marketplace in 2012. With the most comprehensive set of procurement options, product types, and capabilities, we continue to serve our partners and our customers, and we want to keep going for many, many years. It is still day one. So please join us on our journey. Please visit our booth number 430, where you will get to see a lot of cool demos from Marketplace. We are also, Rachel, myself, Mike, and Vikram. We are going to be available out in the lobby after this session in case you have any questions for us. We are happy to answer those one-on-one. And thank you. Thank you all.